Hello supply chain professionals, welcome to today's deep dive on aligning your supply chain strategy with your business goals. I am excited to unpack how a well-aligned supply chain can become a true competitive advantage for your company. By the end of this session, you'll understand why supply chain strategy isn't one size fits all and how to tailor yours to support your corporate objectives. So, what does alignment mean? Aligning supply chain strategy with business goals means designing and operating your supply chain as a direct enabler of your company's competitive strategy. The supply chain isn't just a back-end function. It should be a strategic asset that competes in the same marketplace of the same dimension as your firm. For example, if your company competes on low prices, your supply chain must obsess over efficiency, minimizing costs, eliminating waste, and achieving economies of scale. Conversely, if your business competes on innovation, quality, or responsiveness, your supply chain should prioritize speed, flexibility, and customer service, even at the expense of some extra costs. In short, an aligned supply chain is the one that delivers the value proposition your company promises to customers. This alignment yields tangible benefits, from better on-time delivery performance to higher profit margins, because all parts of the business are rowing in the same direction. Common strategic supply chain models. How do you decide what kind of supply chain you need? In strategic terms, there are a few classic supply chain models, and choosing the right one is crucial. The first one, efficient versus responsive. This framework matches supply chain focus to product type. An efficient supply chain aims to supply predictable demand at the lowest cost, ideal for functional products or steady markets. It emphasizes high asset utilization, low inventory, and bulk processing for maximum efficiency. Think of industries like basic groceries or commodities where price and efficiency win. By contrast, a responsive supply chain is designed to react quickly to unpredictable demand, perfect for innovative or seasonal products. It sacrifices some cost efficiency to avoid stockouts and obsolescence, using tactics like buffer stock, expedited freight, or excess capacity to ramp up or down fast. For example, H&M or Zara in fast fashion need responsive supply chains to chase the latest trends at lightning speed, whereas a company like Walmart flourishes with an efficient, cost-driven model for staple products. Lean versus Agile. Lean and Agile are related to efficient, responsive, but worth nothing. A lean supply chain is all about waste reduction and cost efficiency. Originating from Toyota's production system, lean supply chains operate on just-in-time inventory and continuous improvement. They work best in stable environments with predictable demand. On the other hand, an agile supply chain focuses on flexibility and rapid response. It thrives in volatile markets, using real-time data, decentralized decision-making, and spare capacity to adapt on the fly. For instance, Toyota's manufacturing is the lean paradigm, while fast fashion retailer H&M exemplifies agility by updating styles on the fly. Many businesses pursue a hybrid leagile approach, lean for base demand and agile for surge demand or customized offerings. The key point, no model is universally best. It depends on your business goals and market. Alignment here is about matching your supply chain DNA to your product and business type. Key components of a supply chain strategy. When crafting a supply chain strategy aligned to business goals, consider these key components. Customer and product segmentation. Segmenting your supply chain means designing different flows or services models for different segments. For example, your top-tier customer or fast-moving product might get a dedicated fast-track service with higher inventory availability, whereas low-volume customers get a more cost-efficient, consolidated service. Gartner defines this as creating distinctly different end-to-end value chains, optimized for each segment's value and needs. The benefit is you can prioritize what drives profit and service. Cost to serve analysis. Each segment's profitability can vary widely. CTS is a method to calculate the true cost of serving different customers or products by accounting for all supply chain activities that each one triggers. For instance, a customer with lots of rush orders and special handling might generate high revenue but also high cost to serve analysis will reveal if they are actually profitable. Aligning with business goals means you might choose to invest more in high profit segments and look to reduce service or increase pricing for segments that erode margins. Cost to serve data can guide decisions like which customer get free one-day delivery or which product lines to keep versus discontinue to support overall profitability and strategic focus. Lead time and service level strategy. Based on your value proposition, decide how fast you need to be. If your business strategy is built on rapid fulfillment or freshness, you may target very short order to delivery times. If your strategy emphasizes cost, you might accept longer lead times to ship more economically. The key is to set lead time targets and service level agreements that match customer expectations for your segment. Network design and partnerships. The physical structure of your supply chain, plants, distribution centers, suppliers, and partnerships like 3PLs should be optimized for your strategy. A business focused on global low-cost production might offshore manufacturing and use centralized mega warehouses. A business focusing on responsiveness might have more localized assembly or dual sourcing to cut lead times. Aligning with corporate goals would also mean outsourcing non-core activities to specialists if that supports agility or scalability, or vertically integrated if control is vital. Technology and visibility. Today, an aligned strategy often leverages tech. For instance, if your goal is agility, you'll want strong real-time visibility to sense and respond quickly. If your goal is cost efficiency, you might invest in automation and optimization algorithms to drive down labor and transport costs. Technology is not a goal in itself, it's an enabler. Translating corporate strategy into supply chain priorities. Let's connect the dots between high-level business strategy and on-the-ground supply chain decisions. Michael Porter's classic strategies give a clear contrast. Cost leadership. If your company's aim is to be the lowest cost producer in your market, your supply chain's priority is efficiency. Tactics include sourcing from low-cost suppliers, maximizing economies of scale in production and distribution, minimizing inventory holding through just-in-time approaches, and simplifying product designs for easier manufacturing. A great example is Walmart. Walmart's business strategy of everyday low prices is enabled by supply chain that squeezes out every unnecessary cost. They leverage massive scale to negotiate with suppliers, run an extremely efficient distribution network, invest in information technology for inventory control, and share data with suppliers to keep the whole chain lean. The result, Walmart can sell goods so cheaply that competitors struggle to match them. Differentiation. If your company wins by offering unique value, whether via innovative products, superior services, or quality, then your supply chain priorities shift to service excellence and flexibility. Here, speed to market, reliability, and customization are often more important than unit cost. A prime example is Zara, the fast fashion retailer. Zara's corporate strategy is differentiation through rapid fashion cycles, basically getting the latest runaway styles into stores in a few weeks, so customers always find new trendy items. Their supply chain is expressly built for agility. A significant portion of production is kept in-house or nearby rather than ultra-low-cost countries, allowing quick turnaround. They ship in smaller batches and update designs constantly, using real-time sales data from stores to adjust production. This responsiveness means Zara can introduce new products in as little as 2 weeks from design to shelf. Niche strategy. If a company targets a niche market or specific segment, the supply chain may need to be very customized or scalable accordingly. For instance, a custom luxury furniture maker might build a supply chain with hand-picked, quality-focused suppliers and flexible workshop-style production to handle bespoke orders. Or a discount retailer focusing on a specific region might design its distribution network densely in that region to maximize efficiency. The key is the supply chain doesn't have to serve everyone, just your target segment, but it must do so exceptionally well aligned to whatever your value promises is. In all cases, supply chain managers should be at the table when corporate strategy is set. Once the top level direction is clear, we will win on price or we will win on innovation. You identify which parts of the strategy the supply chain enables. Is it speed? Then maybe invest in faster logistics and flexible sourcing. Is it variety? Then prioritize supplier agility and inventory breadth. Ask, what must our supply chain excel at so that our company can meet its strategic goals? That becomes your guiding star for projects and investments. Common pitfalls and how to avoid them. So the first one, no clear strategy at all. Surprisingly common, some companies just let the supply chain evolve organically without a defined strategy. This strategy by accident often leads to a Frankenstein network that isn't fit for current goals. Avoiding this pitfall is straightforward. Consciously define your supply chain design principles now, rather than perpetuating old habits. Ensure everyone knows what the supply chain is optimized for, so daily decisions align with that purpose. Trying to do everything. A classic pitfall is pursuing all metrics at once, wanting best-in-class cost, speed, variety, and quality simultaneously. If executives push for lowest cost and highest service and most innovation, the supply chain team ends up confused or overextended. Prioritize what matters most. Communicate clearly. For instance, we will accept higher transportation cost if it means hitting next day delivery targets for our premium customers. That clarity prevents employees from inadvertently making decisions that conflict with the true goal. Misaligned metrics and incentives. This is huge. You might espouse alignment, but if different departments have conflicting KPIs or bonuses incentive, the execution will falter. For example, if the goal is customer service, both sales and supply chain should share the OTIF target instead of working at cross purposes. If cost leadership, maybe link sales incentive to margin, not just revenue. Also extend this alignment to suppliers through partnerships agreements or scorecards that motivate suppliers to support your critical objectives, be it cost reduction, flexibility, innovation, etc. Next pitfall is not revisiting the strategy regularly. Markets change, but sometimes supply chains don't keep up. Perhaps you were a cost leader 5 years ago, but now you are shifting toward more specialized products. Your supply chain should probably fit too. Avoid the trap of set and forget. Leading companies put their supply chain strategy on a regular review cycle. Just like business strategy, this doesn't mean your entire network changes every year, but you should reassess if the current design and practices are still serving the company's needs. The final pitfall is lack of resilience consideration. In the pursuit of aligning with the cost or speed goal, don't overlook risk management. A pitfall is designing a very lean, single-source supply chain that aligns with cost efficiency in good times, but then crumbles in a disruption. Conversely, a highly flexible strategy that ignored cost could sink profitability in stable times. So, incorporate resilience as a criterion in your strategy. In conclusion, I want to say that an aligned supply chain strategy is like the backbone of company's competitive stance. When done right, it amplifies business goals and ultimately delivers better results to the bottom line and the customers. Remember, achieving alignment is not a one-done project, it's an ongoing leadership discipline, so keep your supply chain strategy under review and adaptable. Encourage collaboration between business strategists and supply chain teams. Neither should work in a silo. Thank you for joining this deep dive. If you found this useful, please like and subscribe for more expert insights on supply chain excellence. See you. Bye bye.